Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. We're going to get started with our next episode of the Spectating series, and what we're going to be doing for the first one, again, we're going to continue what we did last round where we're looking for quote-unquote bad players. And when we're looking for bad players, we mean people who are just flat out refusing to play the game. We're looking for people who are intending to rat and looking to play super safe, and like literally when I say not play, I mean almost not even looting. We see this happen all the time in social media, and my theory is I want to find out if it's true that people are doing this or it's just a facade. Now, my theory now, as we've been doing this, that people... Ooh, did they break off? Okay, sorry. And I'm going to introduce two people here. We have Anita hopping in and Crony.
Hey.
Now, Anita and Crony are not content creators, but Anita actually is starting to stream. And you can definitely... I'll have her live stream down below. Now, do not kill them. We're not going to kill these guys. We could just dodge. Give them a little confidence. We could just, you know, run around.
No. Come here. Come here.
Because maybe it'll give them confidence and they want to play. That's the goal. They're running. Why are they running?
Oh, no.
Why are they running? Well, they have us. So, okay, remember, cover is very important. So what we're doing here is that we're using cover as we're kind of engaging. Right? So as we're going from cover to cover, kind of hiding. Why are they running? They can beat us.
What are they
There they go. There they go. They got a good angle. They got a good angle. That was really good. That was really, really good. So this is what we call a turn and burn. This is really positive because what you do is you take height and use a head glitch right here. See how my head glitch is small? Meaning it's really small. But now I'm getting shot from multiple angles. So I am glad that this team actually did that. That showcases I think kind of know what they're doing, right? I don't know why they ran before, but it is what it is. Okay, so we're going to spectate. Let's see if this team is the team that does not play at all. They've already proven that they want to fight, right? So let's take a look and let's watch. Just remember, don't leave, Anita and Crony. All right, so we got... I mean, this,
we got two console players, so that'll be good for like
yeah.
console
That's
players.
good. That's good. That's good to see. Let's see how they play. Now, keep in mind, I don't think that this is going to be the team theory, is that maybe we should have went further out in the outskirts. Maybe, again... I'm trying my best to try to find a team that doesn't want to fight. And my theory, and Crony, Nita, you can chime in, if we find a team that doesn't want to fight, then the whole premise would be that they are looking to rat and just go for placement, right? At least that would be my theory.
Yeah.
I think you're gonna find that more with like the late droppers.
Oh, that's a good point. I was also thinking that people would just rat because they fought in the center of the map, right? And I don't think there's anything wrong with necessarily ratting once you fought, right? Would you guys both agree or disagree? Thoughts?
In ranked, at least, like you should like try to go for more, because like fights will always mean like you have something to improve on.
True, but let's say you're.
Happen in fights.
What about your other two teammates are just dead, and you're at this point you weren't able to clutch it out, and then you know that you can't craft banners? Would you say it's a bad thing?
At that point, yeah, just rat jam.
Yeah.
Yeah, at that point, yeah. I wouldn't have anything against somebody if they're like legitimately like a solo at
like,
that point.
There's nothing you can do.
Yeah. And then, like if you are playing and cared like about gaining LP, like yes, at that point I would agree.
Yeah. And so, and I think there was a lot of misunderstandings on the last spectating series. One of the biggest misconceptions was, what is a bad player? Well, the bad player that we're looking for are rats. If you go on social media, I'm going to overlay a few of them here, where I happen to be on stream, and then there's on social media that say, this guy is just doing nothing, they're not even playing, and then their name is like, I rat to X, Y, and Z, I have no comms, I don't care. I've seen it. I've seen that those names before, you know, and we've kind of all run into it. But is it really a, what's the word I'm looking for, such a big deal? Is it like happens as a one-off? My theory is, after seeing this, is that it happens more as a one-off, and out of like 40 or 50 games, it's not a plague. It's not a rat plague. And maybe I'm wrong. I want the comment section after doing like this litmus test of after going from last week to this week. If we can't find them, what are we doing wrong? And where are these players? And, you know, usually towards the end, there's a lot of rats, but like we just confirmed all together, they're ratting because they don't have any other option, which is okay at that point. Two other members of their squad are eliminated. They're waiting for an opportunity, and that's okay, because you wait for the right opportunity to strike. Is somebody else getting third party? Do you have the right positioning? Do you have the right loadout? Do you have better armor? All of those things are important when you engage. You don't just go ooga booga booga, right? And I guess the premise, I remember a lot of people were upset in the last episode with when people say fight, what they mean is fighting, but using cover and positioning. And whenever you fight, there's a checklist. There's a checklist that I always have. Do you have better armors to work your way up to a fight? Do you have sufficient cover to cover that ground to get to that fight? Do you have the utility to push that fight, such as serial, horizontal, anything around those lines? Did you do more damage than them? And also, are they getting distracted by focusing another player? Anything along this line. Third party and focusing another player are two different things. Because they be focused on your teammate and you might have an opportunity to move up. But remember, aping doesn't mean blindly pushing without using cover. So I thought that was really, really important to kind of hit. Even if you use evacs to rotate to zone, there's two ways you can evac. You can essentially go closer into zone, and for my statistics, almost nobody plays zone. If you literally go play zone, after, let's say, like they fought right here and they use an evac to go further into zone, you're most likely going to go up LP because nobody plays zone. I don't know what it is, but...
I don't see anybody till, like,
Yeah. I would agree with that.
I don't know why nobody plays zone.
I think it's... and if we're looking at this team, I think it would come down, because this team is rotating, I would say, fairly slow, and it seems like they're over-looting a little bit, which is fine. There's merit to over-looting, right? Like, you want to get as much loot as possible. You want to out-kit whatever team you end up going to fight. It's over-looting, and then like playing too passive when you do get into fights, because the whole point of over-looting is to be able to be that aggressive team when you do see an opportunity to fight.
True. I mean, because technically, based on the way they're playing, let's look at the map position. They're more, I guess it depends, because they don't know where zone's going to pull. It could pull towards the right, and it could pull towards the left.
They have a ping on barometer. I think it's going to go barometer. Or they're like...
That's possible, which means they would be in the zone. We'll find out in a second, but right now, usually when you look at these zones, it's a 50-50. I actually don't know which one's going to pull. It could pull to the left, it could pull to the right. Somewhere here and then somewhere, I don't know, I know you guys can see, but it is a 50-50. And the interesting part when people, like the reason why we say they're looting slow, this is my perspective. Correct me, Crony and Anita, if I'm misinterpreting. But when we say they're looting slow, it means that you can get to the zone faster to occupy space. When I would say occupy space, if they ran and knew where zone was, I was pulling, yeah, they were right. That's really good zone judgment. It was even better than mine, 100%. I was guessing like here to the left or to the right, but that was really good.
Yeah, I low-key thought it was going to be like beautiful.
Yeah, that was a really good call.
North barometer. Yeah.
What's so?
With the zone calls.
Yeah, and what's interesting is if they know where zone is, definitely go towards it. And the reason why we incentivize that, it's not necessarily a defensive play style. I guess you could say is defensively. You're passively aggressive, going for the best positioning. If you have height and you hold it and you wait, I promise you nobody's going to contest you for it, because nobody in this current rank system, everyone's on the outside of the edge fighting. Almost everybody. They're just running around the edge fighting. Nobody goes to the center zone and sets up. If you are playing a Catalyst, a Caustic, a Rampart, any one of those legends, hit zone and go to the center, I promise you're going to get LP. Like, it's just without a shadow of a doubt. The Pred teams, and from what I'm discovering, are the ones running around the edges. Because there's three ways you can play. There is edge, which would be, okay, I'm going to scoop up around the edge here. There's outer edge, which would be before the zone closes, you're really on the outskirts, which risks getting gated. Or you play zone and you start to occupy center space. They're getting shot at.
Yeah.
Somebody's already center zone.
There's a team up on barometer.
Yeah, we did call that's a really good spot. I think that's a great spot. But they shouldn't be scared.
I was thinking, like, that, like, on their rotate, they should go tower and hold that, because they're on Bangalore. They want to clear their edge. Bangalore doesn't function well with people on her back.
Yeah.
So, like, hold the tower, wait zone close, clear your edge.
The Loba did something interesting. Now, I'm going to nitpick on the Loba a little bit, but I want people to understand, when you get shot, you don't re-peek. Especially when they're putting a lot of pressure on you, especially when you're healing. I know you're looking for information, which information is very key, but you already know where they're shooting you from. Don't re-peek and get hit, because you're just going to risk taking unnecessary damage. And that's not necessarily playing defensive, that's playing smart. So I might start changing my terminology, instead of playing defensive, playing smart. Because I feel like a lot of players misunderstand the words smart versus defensive. Or, like, defensive means scared. Defensive does not mean scared. It means playing intelligently from cover and not wide swinging things or re-peeking things that don't make sense. Also, I'm sorry for my voice. If I pause and drink a drink of water, I have been trying to get over a cold. But we had to record this video because I wanted to do a follow-up with Crony from last week, and Crony's actually going to be away for 3 weeks, so we had to like get this recording done, and I wanted it to get it recorded essentially. And Anita was supposed to be in the last episode, but did you oversleep?
No, my alarm didn't go off.
Oh, gotcha. See, this is actually a really good building to hold. I'm glad that they occupied this. Now, my only message, so there on the top of the roof, there is actually a really good head glitch that they could hold rather than being inside the building.
Yeah,
Notice,
no, they're not holding any outward space. They're just kind of chilling second floor. They're kind of going on balcony, which is decent.
yeah, it's not bad. Because you could use the windows at least to peek. But if you use the head glitch up top, oh, they're pushing. I would actually wait to push, because they didn't. I don't think they got any damage done, did they? I could be wrong.
My team just did 90 on.
Okay,
one.
Loba's standing out in the open. This is not good push. This is no information push. Okay, this is ooga booga booga, but not playing smart. So I'm trying to reword how I say things because I think it'll help everybody in the scene also improve a lot. So they don't think that playing defensive is scared. But remember that roof we're talking about? If one person was on the roof holding them, there's such a good head glitch up there.
Yeah, and Vantage is on their roof
Oh,
now.
yeah.
Ooh,
Oh, and they got
Vantage
isolated
is
out.
it. Yeah.
Yeah, they realized they were on the
That's
roof.
hard. Now they're taking all individual ones.
They're not playing together as a team at this point.
Yeah.
Oh, they
Aqua's trying to
hesitated.
kill
No,
him.
they're leaving each other.
Oh,
No, they're
he
supposed to help.
fell.
No.
Oh, now he's getting dropped on.
No, they're together. This person
No
wants to
way.
mess up. They got it. Oh, no.
He wide swung on.
Oh,
low.
man, that's unfortunate. But if if somebody held the roof to begin, okay, this is the downside. We might be spectating different teams at this point.
I'm on picks.
Yep.
Yeah.
Seer.
Okay, we're on the
Okay.
same one. Very nice.
Yeah.
That's lucky. Unless it just will probably drag all of us together. Okay, well, that team did it. They counter pushed. Did you notice the other team had the roof? Remember how I said the roof is such a powerful play?
Yeah, once you said that, the Vantage queued up on the roof.
Yeah.
And then that was all their control of that gone. And now they have to play inside. And they're playing in a building as a Bangalore.
Which is okay to play inside of a building, by the way. There's no issue with playing inside, but use it as your second line of defense. You have two defenses. The outside of the building and then the inside of the building. And then people may ask, well then, when do I know when to play inside or outside? If there are 10 teams around you shooting, you play inside. If you notice there's no teams around you and you look at the zone, you say there's only 4 teams or 3 teams remaining and it's zone 1, you can occupy outside. It's very safe at that point. You have to use the amount of people left as information to tell you whether or not it's smart to push or peek or what have you.
And you only get that info from playing outside of the building.
And being told that you can't play there.
There is a little. This Wraith gets chased. I wanted to see if they got him.
Might get away.
Oh no, he's definitely.
No, I think they. Oh.
Okay, they're missing? Oh, no,
Oh.
he's definitely dead. He's definitely dead. No way. No way he lives, right?
It's possible. Oh no! Don't rat. You just keep running, bro.
Yeah, no, keep running, bro. Don't. No.
I think he's alive.
It's an Octane.
Oh,
He's
it's an
dead.
Octane chasing.
Oh, the turn and burn. Oh no.
He needed that one mag. If he
Yeah.
got that one mag, he had him.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was close. Alright, see you on the next team. Are we on Rebel?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Rebel Rogues.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
But anyway, as I was saying, yeah, there's people want to stay safe, and when we say play outside the building, it is safe, but there is a little bit more. Oh, the teabag.
Why?
There's a little bit
Why?
more-
Why? Like-
I
You know what's crazy? He's busy teabagging.
He
while
coulda
people
got-
are fighting in the beach house
Yeah.
on his north side. Like he heard knocks, and he's going for the teabag instead of. turning.
A bigger risk. Zone is closing, and they're about to get gated. Look! There's a person on the right, and
Yeah,
they're not
have
even
no
paying attention.
stairs, and they don't care.
Yeah,
One thing
this
I will
one
say-
hurts.
They heard the fight on the beach house. They're evacing out, which is terribly convenient for them.
Yeah. Now the only reason why we're giving them a little bit of a hard time is because they were disrespecting that team, when clearly they did well, and they won that fight. But why you gotta disrespect them? You know, like why you gotta do that?
Don't drop a Lobo.
They're looting still.
The zone's gonna
No,
hurt. The
zone
zone's gonna
hurty.
hurt. Yeah.
This
This
zone
zone
hurty.
hurts. Move, bruh.
Most people don't know, but Zone 4 is actually 3 to 4 is actually the highest risk zone that you do not want to be in. And then also, if you look at the zone, the evac's really late here. At this point, I wouldn't even evac.
Like 3 hours ago.
If you right now, if you drop on somebody, you're just gonna be forced to fight. And who knows? They make it out. They make it out. Oh no. Yeah, I don't. No, they're hesitating. They're all split. They're split.
They're all split up. There's a lot of panic going on that you can feel.
Yeah.
There goes the Mirage.
Okay, don't. This is a good tip.
Themed.
Don't let your ego get in the way. This team did so good knocking, finishing, right? They did good. But then they teabag, they got to show some disrespect. Listen, if they just paid attention, move forward, evac right away.
Where is this Loba going? What are you cooking, little bro? Hello?
Oh,
No.
I don't know.
The stove is not on.
They could have cooked. I'm looking at pool player.
Yeah, do it.
Okay, there's another point. A lot of people aren't taking cover. I don't know what it is, but a lot of people are showing a lot of disrespect these days by not taking cover.
Yeah, the Bang just egoed and got 150'd for it.
I feel like, what's great about that Reddit post is that it's only helping us and me and everyone educate players better by just pointing out what it means. The language. The language is really, really important.
The vocabulary. Having a shared vocabulary. Because we're saying something and it's being interpreted one way, which isn't like, that's fine. Like the only way we're gonna come to a common vocabulary is by questioning, like, what did you mean by this?
Like, okay, there's a rule here. The Bangalore is white peeking. The team isn't looking, which means that it's okay to kind of ego it a bit. But still, to be fair,
Big boop.
that's definitely a risky play. Like, what if they looked at you at any moment? And it did work. So remember the rule list that we covered earlier, right? Are they focused on somebody else? Are they, busy looting? Are they distracted? Getting third party? Do you have a better? Do you have better? What's the word I'm looking for? Armor? Do you have, all that stuff? All that's important. I just noticed I have my Bliss GG overlay. I forgot to turn it off. Oh wow. I was messing with that. It's pretty interesting, those stats, by the way. I've never used it before.
I uninstalled it because it was kind of kicking my frames.
I want to remove it as well. I mean, it was good for a first look, but
yeah, it's nice to see my accuracy and stuff. But
yeah. But you shouldn't really obsess about too much of those stats to begin with. They should really focus game to game. Be surprised how fast you improve over the course of even like a few months. This is a good rotation. That team, even though that was a scary ego challenge, they followed the rules, and I guess technically it worked out.
I mean, like it was smart. Like they're clearing their edge, they're clearing their back, and they have a nice little walk-in.
Yeah.
And then they clear the rest of the side. Like the Bang made a couple of really risky wide swings that didn't really get punished too hard.
Oh, that was like a Kraber shot. It was very nice. I
You're
mean,
the
they could push
that.
it, but the downside is they got another team looking potentially on the far left.
Ooh,
and
the Bang can't reach the zip, so
it's a high risk play. If anything, it'd be better just to kind of just wait it out. But
path going for this alone isn't too bad.
Oh, I meant to switch to the path. I didn't realize he was over.
No, he swung it, but
He's a pred.
on him, so
He is a pred.
Yeah.
So it is a smart play, kind of. I mean, as long as he's holding angles and holding positioning, he's got to be sure not to be over aggressive.
In trouble here because he got Syracued.
Yep.
Yeah, but the Bang's here to hold.
Oh, they could push this together. They're going together.
Yeah.
There we go. That's nice.
Yeah.
Together. Now they got to wait together.
Isolating that guy is really good.
Oh man.
You should not be finning that guy.
Yeah, I was a bit greedy on the finish, especially when there's another team nearby. I'll switch over to the POV. Oh.
Ooh,
That's really close. That was really close.
I didn't see that guy, bro.
I'm watching the
Big
Seer.
Swampy.
Yeah. What was interesting is that they played well together, and then there's rules to knocks essentially. Because everyone, correct me wrong, anybody in the comment section, what you guys remember, they were all pretty healthy, right? Like they all had good HP.
They didn't take any.
Maybe one of them took.
Yeah.
So there was no reason for them to finish at that point. You only finish whenever you have no armor, or you know that the body is in a place that you probably need to secure it because they're gonna res it. But they had it in their favor, so technically they should have just. Oh, whoa.
Oh.
Okay.
Wow.
Wow. That's.
All right.
That was a shot. Wow, through the window.
Yeah, through the window. They must have heard his scan or something.
Oh, that's Xeno ZD. Let's go.
Yo, Mr. Zanacity.
I haven't seen him in a hot minute. Hopefully he's doing well. Good group of peeps though.
I probably should.
All right, so let's think about this through. Where do we land to look for a team that quote unquote? Because honestly, I'm starting to think that
super late.
It's late. Okay, we'll try that.
The trend I
I'll
noticed.
switch it to
like, at least
ranked.
Oh yeah.
There we go.
The trend I noticed, at least in like comp and stuff, and like ranked over the past couple seasons, like the most scared players are dropping really, really late. And,
What if
like,
that? What if that's the
really
smartest
waiting.
players? What if it's actually the smartest players because they're waiting to see where they can occupy a space?
They usually just do it because they're terrified of. landing
Okay,
on
well
someone
we'll see.
landing
Well,
on them.
let's see how the theory plays out, because it's just funny because we see on social media. I saw G Dolphin post a player that was just like completely clueless, and I've seen other people post about rats. You know, just like as if it's everywhere. And if we can't find it and replicate it, you know, it's. I know what happens.
Yeah, I would say the flex landing, like how Anita's mentioned, which flex landing, for those that would know, is when you're like looking in the dropship and you're being flexible based on what is given to you. In ranked, I would say it's not necessarily ideal most of the time. You can have like 2 or 3 POIs that you kind of have predetermined in your head and pick those off. But if you're going in like empty slate, like I don't know where we're going, I'm gonna figure it out. I think then you are setting yourself up a little bit for some failure more than success. Because I would, if I were to give a suggestion off the dropship, have like 2 or 3 places that you will always kind of go to. And yeah, if one of them's super hot, you could pull off to the other one, but you want to keep your drops somewhat consistent. So when you are contested, you know the area so well.
Anita, I'm passing it to you.
yourself.
I don't mean to interrupt you. So I'm gonna have you guess based on your theory, and we're gonna see if it plays out that way. Because I'm really curious about it.
Yeah, it's just like things I've noticed over the past like year or so.
If you're
and,
right,
like,
listen.
things
I don't know.
did when I was a little gold player.
When I was a little gold player.
When I was just a teensy little gold player.
No, because you know, let's say like I have rules. Like you see how many teams are landing right there? I think one's a Mirage, honestly. Like I have a rule. If there's more than 3 people on a POI, it is not worth it anymore. You land near there. Now, if there's a team, let's say for example, that lands. I'm trying to figure out an
Where's
example.
this diamond team going? They're on checkpoint. Alright.
Well, you got 2 teams here.
Just gonna land on forehead.
Yeah, there's a pro team there too.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna land on their forehead.
You know, let's land on the
pre. Right here.
Okay.
Hello.
I think they're gonna be overwhelmed.
Hello, friend.
Well, then we don't want. We keep in mind the. Oh, they're shooting back. I'm gonna run away. We need to put pressure on the pred team. Maybe this will incentivize them. Let's take a look.
The weak and the wounded always go first. No judgment.
Because then we're gonna end up fighting. We're gonna end up watching a pred team, right?
Yeah.
Already in the next ring. Take a break if you're old.
Let's find out. Let me see. What's this person doing in here? Okay, there's still 3 people up. Oh, hey. Oh.
Bleeding out.
I think this is a pred squad. They seem very coordinated. Now, the other squad probably ran at that point, right?
I'm spectating a team in wall.
Are you spectating a team in wall? I'm spectating oh, I got Talus and and I think I got Reps, which are pred
No,
players.
No,
it's
it's not
somebody
reps.
else.
It's
Yeah, it's not reps.
Latin American, bro.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, because he's got okay. All right. Well, I guess we'll just watch the pred team. But
I will say
okay.
there was a knock on this team. The other team got a knock on this pred team.
Oh, they're fighting. They're contesting. Let's see if they lose it. They're kind of going for it. They're all pretty low. Uh-oh, he's out of ammo. The Loba's looting. They're locking him inside.
Loba's got a real good angle here, though.
Oh man,
Yeah,
that was a lot of damage on from the Valk too.
Clean it.
Yeah, they cleaned it up. That was not bad. It was a pretty big ego challenge, but I mean, hey, they went for it, you know. So what does this tell us? Like, okay, so I guarantee the team that left is the one that's ratting, but that doesn't mean they're a bad team. Like, I'm sure they left and they repositioned. That doesn't mean they're bad, you know.
They left and came back because it
Is
was
it?
that Newcastle that got the knock on the Pathfinder. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
They knocked the Pathfinder and then left, and then the
Came
red
back?
team was able to res after killing us, got a full reset, and then they came back to try to fight.
Honestly,
So I would
I
say
would
they-
recommend they leave at that point. You know, that's an uphill battle. You know, And I wouldn't
Yeah,
fault
if
players
you're-
for leaving. The reason why is that you got a 2v3 and you have no information. Remember, information is your best friend. If you don't have information on the fight, then you can't fight because you don't know what their armors are, how long they reset, you know what's going on, right?
Care package over there.
So, are content creators just freaking out because they see a lot of rats, but the reality is that teams are just becoming broken? Because I mean, let's say that team ran away, then they're probably just broken, a broken squad, right? They're not intentionally ratting because they want to rat,
I
right?
think the ratting because they want to crowd is a just extremely
Level 3. Evo
Niche.
apparent minority.
That's what I think as well, and because when you do see it happen, it's really frustrating. But what is that?
Like
1 out of 50
you-
games, 1 out of 100.
Yeah, like you see the 750 pred guy that everybody posts on Twitter like all the time. The Agate Moth kid.
Yeah, I think I've even seen it on Reddit. The same guy.
Yeah, like he's been posted like 20 times.
Then it's the same
But-
dude. It's just one person.
Yeah. But
Now,
like,
don't get me wrong. The rank system needs
that's not
fixing.
all.
Yes, I think
100%.
the issue with the rank system on that front is because it's a lot of like solos or duos ratting, which we've agreed like that's not necessarily bad, but I think because of how heavily the placement is rewarding to those rats, a fight that could be winnable, you're seeing like thirds or solos just bail instantly on the fight.
Yeah. Notice that
could lead to
their
more
pacing
solo
for the
rats.
spread team is actually pretty chill. They're getting looted up. They're getting a lot of loot. Let's see what they do afterwards. I guarantee they're probably not going to play center zone. They're probably going to clean out their backs and play edge. That would be my theory of what they're planning on doing.
I mean, every time we run into them, it's on edge.
Yeah, I mean, we're pretty much playing the same strat, essentially.
Yeah.
You know, clear out your backs whenever you run in. It's less of a contesting, you know, it's safer. Yeah, I think all they're going to do is just run around and just, I don't say run down the lobby because, I mean, half the lobby's almost eliminated. But one thing I want to point out is that their pacing was pretty much the same as, let's say, I don't know, against many other teams. I mean, they prioritize loot. It's not a bad thing to do that. They're also center zone, so there's no reason for them to run. So an example of the other team that was outside of zone doesn't need to prioritize looting in that moment, but this team that's already center zone can definitely prioritize some looting because they have time, you know? It's just a suggestion. It's basically what I see most of the time happen. I think they're going to wait for them.
Yep.
I wonder if they're going to try to do the strat by they put the Q underneath and then get them to pop up. So I'm going to put a close, and this is just my theory, is that people are ratting are that don't want to play, that are truly quote-unquote the bad players. It's a minority group. I think we all run into it and we have a negative experience, but remember, there's always more negatives than positives, right? It's like if you have a bad experience at a restaurant, but you've been there 100 times, you're going to remember the one time that it was horrible, right?
Yeah.
But overall, I don't think it's a... I just don't see it. So with that in mind, as long as players are still maintaining pressure and using positioning, I see a lot of players getting very complacent from what I've seen with their positioning because there's a lack of emphasis and care. You know, like they're not playing as, I guess what the word is, safe. They're just kind of blatantly disrespecting. We'll see if this team actually manages to do a bit of what we're talking about, or if they play it really, really well. We run into this team a lot. They play really, really well together. There's a Q. Good counter pressure. They're separate right now. One of them's on the roof by themselves. Oh, that's a little rough.
Ooh, one knock.
These are always gambles. These are really tough fights. Oh, there we go. This
I'm
is.
watching the other side of the fight.
Oh, are you really?
I'm on
That's
the other team.
that's
Yeah.
awesome.
That's kind of wild.
That's tough. I think they got. I think it's
They got
it's a
2-9.
2v1.
The
Yeah.
castle's just running.
Yeah.
Oh, the castle ran.
Yeah. He's going to north bad.
Almost got it there, Anita.
Shut up. Shut up.
Armor swaps, good. This was a risky play because you're not really playing from cover. You're just going off a sheer. Let's just see what happens. Can we outplay them mechanically? That's pretty much all you're saying. which they're pretty confident because it seems like they play together, you know? Which works.
Oh no, this castle.
Oh, is that the castle that went all the way over there?
Yeah.
Are you watching? Oh,
He tried
no.
yeah,
Oh,
I've been
no, he
watching.
messed up.
That's the team I spectated in Wall.
Oh, wow.
He went on the cannon, and then... Oh,
He could- I mean-
it's over for him.
Listen, at this
So
point,
good.
running
I don't
away
think
and then
it's
trying to
like that.
craft, there's no
He
issue
doesn't
with
have
it.
white meds. He's dead.
Oh, no. Well, he's got heaters, but that's...
Wait, no. He took the cannon.
I think he's dead.
Oh no, he's so incredibly dead.
Now, the question is, how long do you chase... Did they kill him?
Yeah, he's dead.
Oh, nice. I was about to say, if you got away, it's like, how long do you chase until it's no longer worth it? At some point, you have to stop. Because then it just gets a little silly. You're just running around the map. One rule I do
if
have...
He didn't
Go ahead.
mess up on the cannon because he hit the wall thing.
Oh, the
like,
little
right
the lip of
below
the
it.
building.
Yeah, he hit the lip.
That's
and
unfortunate.
He went back down toward his If he actually didn't mess it up, I think he would have been fine.
And they're evacing and repositioning. Evacs, whether you're a pro, casual, are a great utility to get you to... You don't want to get gated. Don't want to get gated. Like, if there's a team sitting... Oh, there are. Wow.
Ooh.
Just as we said it.
That was a crazy
That's
night.
actually very coincident. Now they have height, and now they can fight this. But you don't want to get gated. You want to... That's the whole point of...
Getting an off angle here. It's gonna be big.
Oh, yeah, he's definitely... Let's take a look at that.
Yeah.
Oh, no, they're out in the open. Now they have the positioning on them. Oh, they got the knock. They're going to push that.
That was one.
Yeah, not gonna crack.
Yeah, they got that. And this is a great example of the evac and why you use it. It's like using a Valkyrie ult. You just don't want to get... Because if they had to run it through zone, that would have been really hard. But they got to height very, very quickly. That was a good cleanup.
Yeah. This team understands timings really well.
Yeah. That timing was perfect, knowing when to evac and when to reposition. Because technically
Yeah,
they're
because,
playing
like,
aggressive,
in the
but they
fight-
have to fight this. That team is going to push them. Like, they had every intention to push them because they heard this third party. Like, imagine they're running right out in the open in the water and they got blasted for free. You know? That's essentially what they run into. And what happened, and Crony pointed out, is that the Pathfinder took a fantastic angle. And at that point was using a nice head glitch. It made it hard to hit. And then they got the knock, and then they pushed. Because remember the rule, did you do more damage? Are you able to scale appropriately without feeling the pressure? If you so, sure, go for it. Now, once they got the knock, they could have rotated. Because this is a late rotation, risking again. And there could be a team right here. But based on the shots, you can still decipher and ask the question, well, based on the shots, it doesn't seem like anybody's pushing us, right? And there's only 5 teams. So they're using that information to their strength. And this is what I encourage anybody, pro, casual, doesn't matter who you are, information is king. If you see there's only 5 teams remaining and you're the opposite side of the map and you don't hear shots, but you hear knocks, it means that they're really far away. Use that as an asset, and hopefully people start to use that as a strength. Oh wow, they ran into a rat.
Where's that guy?
I have no idea. I don't know how they saw them. I was trying to look.
Yeah, and that's a knock on the other side. And the no name.
I can't even hear it from here, which means that... Oh, there they are. No, you're right.
Yeah, I heard a knock on distance be
If that's the case, then that's the last 2 teams and probably the last team. Remember I said if you play zone, I bet you there's one team here. They probably have maybe blues or purples. And listen, they're chilling. They're laughing.
Yeah, one team.
They're not using cover yet, but nobody's paying attention to them, so it's not bad. It's good.
Yeah.
Going for height. When we wrap up towards the end, make sure you get all of your thoughts in. I'm sorry if I've been talking a whole lot. Because I want to make sure that we kind of put everything tight in, because this is about to end. This is going to be towards the end of the round. So if there's any thoughts, Anita, Crony, I'd love for you guys to chime in. Give your thoughts. And while Anita may not be a content creator yet, I mean, she started giving streaming a go, and she's awesome. Very, very talented player.
Stop. You're gonna make me blush. Stop.
I think this is it's going to end here. Because I thought this is...
simply does not care.
Oh wow, she got knocked for it.
Yeah, she swung a solo and died, but Horizon was able to trade like immediately.
Yeah, it's a risky play, but from the remainder squads, I mean, sometimes you just...
You just go for it.
I guess that's just big. At that point, it just gets a little silly, you know. It's just I guess just
Ooh, I think that's a rat that just took the cannon.
it's like when you're rolling, you know. Oh, that's risky. That is risky. He's trying to play the head glitch back. The
So
punishment.
bad. Yeah, that wall
Oh,
was
that was
crazy.
great. That was great. That was a good counter. 3v2.
Yeah.
You remember how we talked about you got to stay in your A game and not get, it'll be great. This squad is good. Let's just point out that they know what they're doing. You know. Honestly, all the squads we saw tonight, I think they were pretty solid. I'm gonna be honest. Things to clean up are pretty good. I mean, this Newcastle team right here, that was great.
Like, the theme of the night has just kind of been overheating. Like, people just go and go and go and go and go for, like, just more, like, risky things.
But they know the rules. But then they start playing stuff that doesn't make a
Yeah.
whole lot of sense, you know?
Yeah.
Like, the Pathfinder knew he was not with his teammate. I bet you if Taylor saw this video, which I highly doubt he watches anything on the channel, but if Taylor watched it, he would probably be like, yeah, I was just kind of going for it, which is respectable. Like, I mean, hey, if you want to go for it, you want to go for it. You want to go have fun. I'm not going to fault anybody. As long as you're trying and you're trying to have fun and nobody on your team is getting mad, I mean, they got eliminated, you know? I mean, if they played a little more patiently together, they could have won, you know? Guaranteed. And then that's a rat.
This team's on low ground.
Yeah, and they're not using positioning quite yet, but this team
I think it's a duo.
knows what they're doing. The Newcastle had a great play. Oh, they're going to slide down now. The theme, play together, guys. And even though you're on a roll, don't forget your fundamentals. People do it so much. I do it too. I do stupid stuff.
We're all
This is a
victims
good
of it.
hold from the Pathfinder.
Yeah, it is. Oh, look at that. That was a good spray. He can get armor swap. Oh, or not.
Ooh.
No!
Just stay on the rock there.
Oh, don't go on the roof.
Yeah.
That's a good try. Maybe he already swapped off the armor.
Maybe?
Newcastle!
But
He can
you
res him, he can res him, he can res
stay
him.
on the-
Oh, he's got
Yeah.
gold!
Gold knock. He's crazy. Huh?
Honestly, there's still anybody's game now. Now they got the reset. Oh no!
Oh, in the
He
back.
should have just got inside. It was so close.
Now the path's alone. Where's the
Yeah.
Octane? Why isn't he going over? Octane's sitting on the other building.
He didn't push
Now
with
he goes
him.
over.
That is weird. He didn't play with his squad. I mean, if he was there to get their backs or hold for them, even maybe watch for the Newcastle.
It
Remember,
actually
just
kinda worked.
some thoughts is just because your teammates, he could sit there and try to blame his teammates, but at the same time, if somebody gets down, it could also be your fault for not watching cover or anything. He could clutch this. Yeah, he could clutch, because it is a duo, I think. Oh.
So close.
It was a duo. You're right. Wow, that duo played that really well.
Yeah, no,
Man,
that was
the Octane should have
insane.
played with them. If the Octane played with them, they would have won.
Yeah, if he's not just sitting on, he was sitting on the other building's balcony, just watching.
Remember, we said
Watch them
information is
die.
key. If they communicated at one point that it was a duo, granted, let's just assume they don't have comms. But even just playing together, man, you know? Oh, man, that hurts. Anita, who'd you hit? Why'd you hit them? Why did you do 60 damage?
I was punching him.
You're not supposed to hit
Trying
them.
to make him hit me.
I guess it makes sense. Well, that was interesting. That was
He was
fun.
just staring at me.
I appreciate all of you guys. We covered a lot. I think we did a little better with this spectating series than the last one. I didn't know. Okay, I'll take the blame for the last episode because I had no idea what I was doing or setting up. Essentially, I had theories, but I had no idea how to execute on the theories. I'm gonna be honest.
And I would admit, like, the terminology is, like, I guess misleading a little bit. Kind of. It's just different understandings of what certain terms mean. Like when we say being aggressive. And I think a good example of that would be the first team playing in that building when they just ran at the other team, like before they had any like damage or anything. Like we would all agree that's bad aggression, and that's probably what most players assume when they hear be aggressive is just run at them.
No.
And that's not what we mean. What we mean is what we were saying earlier, like play the roof of your building, like project outwards from where you are, take aggressive positions that are safe. It's like passive aggression.
on
right?
roofs
Like,
that have like lips on them, you know, like dips. The other roof that
Yes.
they went to just now was flat. There's no cover there. There's nowhere to hide or reposition.
Yes.
The rock was fantastic cover by the Pathfinder, by the way. That was really good cover. Really
yes,
solid.
like places where you can see the areas around you. because if you're playing inside a building and just inside, you can't really see around you. And if you can't see around you, you're not getting information. And that's where it's like safety can lead to a trap of lack of information. Where if you're playing that roof, it's to us that's very safe because there's a head glitch there. But to a lot of players, it's like, well, if I'm peeking there, I can get shot. And yeah, they're not wrong. There is
And then honestly,
some inherent risk.
The other tip,
But-
and I don't mean to interrupt you, I just want to make sure because before I forget it, I'm about to forget it, is you can hold the head glitch but not peek it to put pressure, but if they know you're there, they'll be fearful of it.
That's showing presence in itself.
Yes.
Because they know that you're up there. They know you're up there.
Yeah. I think people don't understand, like, there's many applications of showing presence. Like, presence is not just one certain thing. Like, it's not just you peeking. It's you peek there before they know you're still there. Or
Yes.
they know you moved to this cover because they watched you cross. And, like, they know, okay, if I go to this angle, this person will shoot me. Like, that's presence
Yes.
in and of
Like
itself.
that team didn't have anybody up there. The Bang eventually went up there, but they never really peaked from there, and then they got queued up on by the Vantage. Because the Vantage probably is assuming there's nobody on this roof, I'm just gonna take it.
Yeah.
Where if the Bang would have just peeked it, not even necessarily shoot and do damage, just peek, or if anybody was up there and just peeked and looked, the Vantage wouldn't think to go up there, or wouldn't try it. More than likely.
It
There
would
is
be a
at
really
certain point-
crazy ego play at that point.
Yes,
Yeah.
there is at a point where some teams are gonna test that, and then yes, at that point you do have to kind of put out some damage. And if you miss, then that is what it is. You're at least in the right spot.
So
I'm
this-
never gonna blame somebody for just missing like shots every once in a while. Then you know what you gotta practice.
So the video doesn't go too long. Crony and Nita are going to hop in the comment section and chat with you guys. Again, Crony doesn't make YouTube content or make any content. Anita is just getting started, so be sure to check out her Twitch channel. I appreciate you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to leave a like, comment, subscribe. We're going to keep this going. I think that we're starting to hit a really nice stride with the series, and appreciate everybody. And yeah, I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye, everybody. I need a Crony say goodbye.
Bye.
There we go.